Hey guys, so this is probably one of the biggest downloads we've ever gotten in this game. It's probably even rivaling the anniversary in terms of content at once. And I would not be surprised if you look down at the length of this video and it was over 40 or even 50 minutes long. I'm going to try and speed it up a little bit if I can, but there's a lot to go through. There's like 7 or 8 new units to go through. So I have Goku pulled up as a reference like we always do. We have a few new EXs, we'll go through them first. First is Shugesh, an EX. He's a melee type. He's yellow, that's interesting. Stats are, his defenses are terrible. Well, they're not terrible, but they're not really good. Decent strike attack, that's obviously good. Main ability is Overflowing Confidence, inflicts allies with no switching for 10 timer counts. Okay, well that's already annoying. Plus 40% to damage inflicted for 30 timer counts. Reduces next damage sustained by 70%. And then it lasts until combo is finished. That's a pretty powerful ability. I mean, he's locking you for 10 counts, which is already in itself very good. And then he also gets 40% of damage inflicted. That's actually a really powerful ability, Shugesh. Okay. Unique is Savage Warrior Race, plus 30% to strike damage inflicted for 20 timer counts when this character enters the battlefield. Okay, so that on top of that's already a lot of damage. Additional -5 to own strike arts cost for 20 timer counts when a tag Team Bardock other than this character is a battle member. So I'm assuming you're going to want to run this guy alongside the new Sparking Bardock, which we'll get to later. The following effects occur when this character is defeated. Reduces enemies' Dragon Balls by 2. That is an interesting effect. Not sure how impactful that's going to be by the time this guy's actually defeated, but that's actually, it sounds like it could be pretty impactful. And then plus 20% of damage inflicted by allied tag Team Bardock. So that's a death buff for Bardock himself. Crazed Invader applies the following effects to self after enemy attack is over. Plus 25% to special move damage inflicted. Activates 3 times, and then -5 to special move arts cost. Activates 3 times. That's kind of like the yellow Dragon Ball Super Broly Bardock effect. Not bad. This guy's going to be doing a lot of damage, but he's going to be taking a lot of damage in return. I mean, these stats are not great for defense. Regular Strike, Regular Blast. Special move is Massive Catapult. Deals major impact damage. Inflicts forced switching on hit. What? Is that the first time we've seen a blue card do forced switching? I think it actually might be. That's pretty interesting. And he has Blast Armor. That's a powerful blue card. I'm pretty sure this is the first one. If I'm forgetting something, let me know. His green card is Unlock Key Form of Attack. Own blast cards to strike, plus 15% to strike damage inflicted by allied tag Team Bardock for 30 timer counts. This guy, double strike, Saiyan buffer. Team Bardock, huh? I actually like this. So he gets a 3 stars. That's good. I like that he's buffing Team Bardock as a secondary because it makes you want to run more Team Bardock on your team because it's buffing a separate stat, right? So strike defense and strike attack. So buffing Saiyan strike attack in itself is already pretty good. But then also adding on that Team Bardock, string at the end is also very, very good. So, yeah, this guy seems actually really good. Just not going to be doing that much tanking at all just because these stats are really not super great. Moving on to Borgos. He's a defense type, which is kind of strange because his defense is not super high. I mean, Super Saiyan 4 Goku, I mean, he's a sparking, so it's going to be a little bit different. Defenses are, significantly higher than Borgos, and his... oops, that's the wrong one. And his offenses are, they're okay. I want to see what this guy really does, though. His main ability is Glutton. Plus 20% of damage inflicted for 20 timer counts. Okay, restores on health by 10%. That's not really that much. Oh, okay, and then he restores the allied team Bardock health by 15%. He's a team healer for the Team Bardock. Interesting. I don't think I like this as much as the Borgos, or as much as the Shugesh main ability. Unique ability is Desperate Cry, plus 40% damage inflicted when at least one ally is defeated. Okay. Applies the following effects to allies when this character is defeated. Oh my god, they're all going to be buffing Bardock when they die. Restores health by 20%. Plus 50% to key recovery. Oh my god, 50%. And then plus 20% to damage inflicted by Team Bardock. Okay. Giant Saiyan reduces damage received by 40% until combo ends when changing cover. Okay, so that's where his defense is coming in. It's a cover change sort of thing here. 40% not as good as 50, but eh. Plus 3 down substitution count. Yep. Reduce damage received by 10% when this character enters the battle. Oh, okay. That's why it's 40, right? Because he has the extra 10% here. That makes sense. Okay, so he's going to have 50% when changing cover on the Team Bardock team. And I mean, you're not really going to want to run this guy on a team that's not Team Bardock. So, yeah. Regular Strike, Regular Blast. Angry Launcher is a special move. Deals major impact damage. Plus 15% to strike damage inflicted for 15 timer counts upon activation. You know, so it's okay. Green card is Unlock Key form of attack. Plus 20% to strike damage. And then cancels attribute downgrades and at normal conditions for Team Bardock allies. Whew, okay. Definitely not bad. Deals 1 of each, and then he buffs Blast Defense. Somebody gets Blast Attack for Team Bardock. Yeah, I like that a lot, actually. That's going to be... this Team Bardock team is actually going to be pretty powerful. I mean, once we take a look at the actual Bardock unit, we'll know for sure. Red Bardock. He is a melee type. He is also transforming, which is interesting. I didn't think they would ever do this. Which is interesting because he's transforming, but he transforms into another base form Bardock. But we'll look at pre-transformation stuff first. Strike attack's already pretty good, you know, even before he transforms. Blast is also not terrible. Defenses are okay. I mean, again, comparing him to Goku, he's a little bit under him, but again, he does transform, so keep that in mind. Coming down here, his main ability is Transform into Traitorous Warrior, Oath Between Comrades, which was own health by 30%, and then plus 50% of damage inflicted cannot be cancelled. Okay. The reason why that's such a big deal, this 50% damage inflicted, is because he's going to be getting that on top of the enhanced buffs that he has when he transforms. And we'll see what that is in a second, but this I can tell you right now already, this is one of the best transformation main abilities in the game. 30% health restoration and 50% damage inflicted cannot be cancelled. It just lasts forever. That's really good. Okay, his uniques are at the beginning of the end. Until one of the following conditions is met, your main ability will be sealed from battle. Oh, that counts as a unique. That's interesting. One ally is defeated. And then 50 timer counts? Whew, that's a long time. Okay. So, this actually makes someone like Borgos a lot more valuable because you want to extend the battle to at least 50 counts before one of your allies is defeated. So him having cover change like this is actually going to be very important for what you want to be doing with this Bardock unit. Other unique is Veteran Saiyan Warrior, plus 50% of strike damage inflicted from battle start for 50 timer counts. Okay, so he's going to have that. I see what they're doing here. So he's going to have this, and then once 50 timer counts elapses, this is going to expire, and you're going to be able to transform, in which case you get another 50%. Okay. Reduces damage received by 50% while inflicted with no switching. Oh my god, yes! Goodbye, Gohan! Goodbye! Goodbye! Yes! Oh my, get out of here, Gohan. Just get out. Alright. Obviously I'm gonna be more hyped for Frieza, but this is this is what I wanted for a long time. I love that. Knocks back enemy to long range if a cover change is performed against their Blast Arts attack. Activates during assists. Hold on one second. Knocks back enemy to long range if a cover change is performed against their Blast Arts attack. So Bojack just gets crushed. This guy's literally made to like just completely counter Gohan and Bojack. This is my favorite unique ability in the game. And you can combo this into special move. At least I think this works against Bojack, right? Like, activates during assist? I think that's what that means, right? I mean, if that's actually how this works, this guy's literally made and designed to kill Bojack. Strike actually heals by 3% upon activation. That is pretty good. That's like sort of a mini version of Kid Boo's unique ability. Okay. Blast is a regular blast. Special move is Final Spirit Cannon, which is just a normal projectile special move. It deals major explode damage plus 15% special move damage inflicted for 3 timer counts upon activation. Extra is the Fury of All. plus 20% of damage inflicted for 20 timer counts. Also applies the following effects to self based on the number of defeated battle members. One or more restores health by 10%, that's already pretty good. 2 members increases arts card draw speed by 1 level. Okay, that's a really powerful green card. Holds double strike, which is very good. And you buff Saiyan, strike attack, and then Team Bardock? Oh, you buff double offenses for Team Bardock, that's nice. Okay, and let's see what his transformation does. Let's look at his stats. So this is 6-star, right? 244%. Remember, he is getting a 50% strike. Is it strike attack or is it just all damage? Damage inflicted. He's getting a 50% boost to just all damage inflicted. And look at his health. Like, 3.3 million is a lot of health. Defenses are also pretty solid. All around, just looks really, 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 really powerful. Especially with that ability that just destroys Gohan and Bojack. Main ability, once transformed, is you're going to pay. Draw a special move arts card next. Okay. Restores own vanishing gauge by 100%. Yeah, why not? Inflicts all allies and enemies with no switching. Okay, so he works like EX Captain Ginyu in that sense, where he's just locks you and your opponent in, and you're just fighting to the death. Nullifies own unfavorable element factors for 30 timer counts. This is crazy. What is this? What is this main ability? He gets Nullify and Lock? And own Vanish Gauge Restore? That's crazy. It's insane. Unique ability is Last Man Standing. Applies the following effects to self per defeated battle member when this character enters the battlefield. Plus 25% to damage inflicted. Okay, that's up to 50. Plus 20% of special move damage inflicted, up to 40. Additional minus 5 to own arts cost when an allied tag to Team Bardock is defeated. Okay. Veteran Saiyan Warrior, plus 45% to strike damage for 15 timer counts when this character enters the battlefield or transforms. So he's getting 95%? Plus this? Reduces damage received by 50% when inflicted with no switching. Yeah, okay, so that's the same. It's kind of, you know. This guy's going to be doing, like... This guy is going to be doing damage that's comparable to a 14-star Shallot, to be honest. He keeps this. Special move is Final Spirit Cannon, deals major explode damage, plus 20% special move damage inflicted for 3 timer counts upon activation. 30% special move damage inflicted against tag Frieza Force for 3 timer counts upon activation. Okay. And then this goes up to 25, then it goes up to 15% health, and then this, I think, is longer by a little bit. This guy seems absolutely insane. And then think about it, because he's getting all these buffs from these guys dying, right? If Borgos is dead, this is Borgos, if he dies, he gives 20% health and 50% key recovery and 20% damage. And then if we go over to Shugesh, he is giving an extra 20% of damage inflicted by Team Bardock, and he's destroying 2 Dragon Balls. I mean, this guy's going to be hitting for, like, literally millions per strike arts card. It's just stupid. Blue Goku. So this is Goku from his fight against Raditz. He is a support type. We kind of already knew that from the V-Jump scan. Even though he's a support type, his strike defense is already pretty high, so is his blast defense. You know, offenses are not great, but I think this guy has a pretty good stat spread, just from what I'm seeing here. Sun Family Saiyan, and then Saiyan Saga Z. Okay, that's interesting. Main ability is I'm looking forward to it. Draw the ultimate arts card, Bending Kamehameha next. Plus 20% of damage inflicted by allies for 20 timer counts. Okay, pretty solid. I mean, let's just take a look at what it does right now. Ultimate is Bending Kamehameha. Deals major impact damage. Restores allies' health by 20% and ki by 50 on hit. So it has to hit first. Huh. This is a very powerful effect. I mean, it just heals from hitting them. Okay. Unique ability is Resolute Fighting Spirit. Applies the following effects to self when this character enters the battlefield. Plus 50% of strike damage inflicted for 20 timer counts. It's pretty good. Pretty sure that's what Yellow Cell gets. Plus 30% key recovery for 20 timer counts. The following effects are also applied to self if an episode's Saiyan Saga Z or tag Saiyan other than this character is a battle member. Okay, so this is basically going to work with the new Raditz or the new Piccolo on your team, or just any Saiyan, right? 50% of blast damage inflicted for 20 timer counts, and then plus 30% of Vanish Gauge recovery. That's interesting. As a support type, that's actually pretty important to have that Vanish Gauge recovery. You let your guard down, next unique, inflicts enemy with attribute downgrade, plus 20% of damage received for 20 timer counts after enemy attack is over. That's an interesting one. So that's, again, after enemy attack is over, we see that with Cooler, we see that with Purple Goku Black. That's, you know, even if he gets tap blasted, they're going to get inflicted by this. So any sort of damage he takes, it's gonna kick in. The following effects occur when this character is switched to standby. Randomly draws 1 new card when you have 3 or fewer cards. Okay. Randomly draws 1 new card when you have 3 or fewer cards. So you want to at least use 1 card before switching out into someone else, which is very easy to do. And then plus 10% of damage inflicted by allies, up to 40%. Okay, so this is like the EX cheat sheet that just came out, where this is a stacking buff. This is insane. Every time he switches out, he gives 10% to all allies, cannot be cancelled, and then it stacks. So 10, then 20, then 30, then 40. 40% to all allies? That's crazy. As a Saiyan, too. Normal strike, normal blast, specialist Kamehameha, deals major impact damage, randomly destroys 2 enemy cards on hit. Interesting. Extra, pose 3, restores own health by 15%, activates once, plus 20% of damage inflicted for 20 timer counts, and then shorten ally substitution count by 2. That is really powerful. This is what the yellow Broly movie Goku has as his green card. The same effect as this, right? And that's actually really impactful. And like every single time I use that guy, I've always found this green card to be really, really good. So this green card's looking nice. Holds a blast, 1 strike. He buffs Saiyan strike attack. What else do you buff? Saiyan Saga Z. I don't really know how much. Oh, double buffs that. Okay, that changes things. I was gonna say, I don't know how much this tag is gonna get fleshed out after this banner. I mean, they do still have like Vegeta, Nappa, like a Kid Gohan they could drop, a Cloud King Goku, a new one. I mean, there's a lot they could do. But Saiyan and then Saiyan Saga Z, this is really going to be important for the LF Piccolo if you can pull him. So yeah, there's Goku. He looks pretty solid. I don't think he's nearly as crazy as Bardock, but you know, that's just I mean, not every unit can be as insane as Bardock. So moving on to Raditz. He is a green unit, Frieza Force. That's actually pretty important. We'll see if that plays into his Z ability at all. Range type. I think this might be the only range type you get in this batch. Blast attack, 203,000, which is pretty good. His defenses are actually pretty good, 136 and 134. It's a little bit worse than Goku's, but it's fine. He has 189,000 strike, which is not great, but it's not that much. Okay, main ability is I'm an Elite Warrior. Draw a special arts card next, which is a green card, plus 40% of blast damage inflicted for 30 timer counts, and then minus 10 to own blast arts costs. Okay. Again, you guys know the drill. If he gets key recovery, this is going to be crazy. And key recovery and card draw speed. That's what I'm looking for. Unique ability is Shocking Arrival. Apply the following effects to self from battle start for 60 timer counts. Plus 25% damage inflicted, cannot be cancelled. Reduces damage received by 20%, cannot be cancelled. Plus 40% to key recovery, cannot be cancelled. And then plus 15% to critical rate. So he wants to end the battle fast. This is good. I mean, these are all good buffs. Key recovery, like I said, is really, really good. If he gets card draw speed, this can turn into something crazy. Saiyan Warrior is plus 20% to damage inflicted for 15 timer counts when faced with enemy tag Saiyan or tag Regen. That's good. More damage to Regen. And then plus 20% to damage inflicted if a tag Saiyan other than this character is a battle member. So you want to run this guy alongside other Saiyans, which is not, you know, it's not. We kind of expect that to happen because I don't really know what the team is going to have. So that's Frieza Force, regular strike, and then this is big. Blast restores Vanishing Gauge by 10%. You know what this is going to do? This buffs the heck out of Perfect Vanishes. Because you can get a Perfect Vanish, and then you can chain together like 3 or 4 blast cards. Like, your Vanish meter is going to be like half full. That's a pretty big deal. Special move is Saturday Crash. It deals major impact damage, seals 1 enemy card slot at random, and then the sealed card slot cannot be used for 10 timer counts. It's not super good, but it's not bad. Green card is Power Level Gauge, cancels enemy attributes upgrades, activates once. That's kind of like that's like Super Vegeta's main ability where he cancels attribute upgrade. It's actually pretty big. One of the following effects will also occur randomly. Inflicts enemy with attribute downgrade plus 50% damage received. Inflicts enemy with attribute downgrade plus 15% blast damage. And then just overall damage. Interesting. And he holds 2 blasts, which is good for him. Saiyan base blast attack, or that. It's going to be double buff, right? Yeah. Striker blast attack, so double attack. It doesn't really look like you can run this guy too effectively on Frieza Force. Because you can if you force it, but he wants to be ran with another Saiyan, right? I mean, I guess you could throw him onto a Frieza Force team if you really wanted to, but he's not buffing the team with his tag, and he's not benefiting from this part of his unique, so I don't think that would be the smartest thing ever. He just wants to be on a generic Saiyan team, which is not bad because Saiyans have crazy units, like the new Bardock. Okay, here's where we start getting into the big guns. Legends Limited Piccolo. Here we go. He's a transforming unit. We saw this in V-Jump. He takes off his cape to transform, basically. And yeah, he is a defense type, which is interesting. He has a lot of defense before transforming, by the way. This is going to get even more insane after transforming. Main ability is My Body Feels So Light. Transform into Agile Style, or Agile, however you want to pronounce it. Restores own vanishing gauge by 100%. Okay, that's pretty good. Unique ability is the only chance we have of winning, and this is a little bit weird. Okay, I should have mentioned in the beginning of the video that Renzi said that not everything was fully quote-unquote like ready to view, so there might be a few things that are a little bit wonky here and there, which is fine. I mean, he's letting us look at all this stuff while the game's in maintenance anyway, so that's what we got going on there. Unique ability, the only chance we have of winning is if I go with you. The following effects occur when battle starts, plus 20% of damage inflicted by allies or your buddy. So they're doing this thing, right, where I guess a lot of the cards will be able to buff your buddy, which is basically your partner in co-op mode. So they really want to expand on that, which I think is a really good idea. And then plus 60% of blast damage inflicted, just straight up. and then this is going to stack with this 20%, right? So it's going to be 80%. It's going to be 80% blast damage and then 60% all their damage. No. 80% blast damage, 20% of all damage. Demonic Power, other unique, restores 20% of damage received after enemy attack is over, restores up to 20% of own health, and then reduces damage received by 30% until combo ends when changing cover. So I expect these to go up when he transforms, but 30% is not terrible considering he already has such high defense. Strike is just regular strike. Blast is anti-armor. Blast impact 50% to blast damage inflicted against enemies' armor. So this is kind of what the transforming Super Saiyan Blue Gogeta has, right? Not Super Saiyan God Super Saiyan, like the only Super Saiyan Gogeta we have in the game that's from the Broly movie, where he does extra damage versus blast armor, which is actually pretty impactful because more and more units are starting to get that. So that can seem pretty good right now. Specialist Evil Explosion deals major explode damage, cancel enemy attribute upgrades on hit. That's pretty good. Activates once. As green card is unlocked key form of life. Gradually restores 1 health at each time count for each timer count for 6 timer counts, and then 10% of blast damage inflicted for, I think that says 60 timer counts. And then this looks like a new blast card. Card Seal. Blast cards with a 100% chance to seal 1 enemy card slot at random on hit. The sealed card cannot be used for 5 timer counts. I don't know how good that is. I mean, 5 timer counts is... It's really hard to judge this. I think this looks really, really powerful on paper, but I don't think it's, in practice, I don't think it's going to be too insane. I think the maximum amount of cards you're going to be able to lock is pretty much just going to be 1. I mean, if you lock a card that has a Dragon Ball on it, that could be impactful, like if you get lucky. But if you're like chaining a bunch of blasts together, like in your charge stepping and your side stepping, then I don't think this is really going to be too impactful. But if you like pump out like 4 without doing anything, like you just tap them like one after another in succession, then you'll be able to seal their whole hand for like a second. So I guess in that sense, this can be pretty impactful. So we'll have to see how it plays in game. It's hard to judge. Then his Z ability is regen. Yeah. Regen or episode Saiyan Saga, blast attack and defense. Okay, at 3 stars, and then he just gets more stats later on. And then once he transforms, I don't really want to see what his defense is going to look like. That's a lot of defense. And then 242,000 blast attack. Yeah, okay. Main ability, it's all yours. Draw a special arts card next. Okay, as a green card. Restores own key by 50. Destroy all of your enemy's cards. Okay, sure. Requirements are 10 timer counts once elapsed. That's pretty good. Unique ability is winning strategy. Applies the following effects to self depending on the number of timer counts elapsed since transforming. Okay, so you want to transform early, it looks like, with this guy. 10 timer counts elapsed, minus 20 to special move arts cost. Okay. 20 timer counts elapsed, increases arts card draw speed by 1 level. And then 30 timer counts elapsed, minus 10 to strike or blast arts cost. That is really powerful. These two in tandem with each other, very, very powerful, as you guys should know at this point. I like the cost reduction or key recovery paired up with card draw speed, because it allows you to just chain so many more cards together. Second unique is Latent Demonic Power. Restores 20% of damage received after enemy's attack is over. That's the same as pre-transformation. Also applies the following effects to self if own health is 50% or less. Activates once. Plus 20% of damage inflicted. Reduces damage received by 20%. And then reduces damage received by 30% until combo ends with changing cover. Okay. So once he gets below 50%, he's going to be super, super tanky. Okay. And then we move down here to Special Beam Cannon. Oh. It looks like Special Beam Cannon is just a regular special move. Okay, so it's not. So this is kind of like LF Namek Goku, right? Where he doesn't trigger the legendary finish with his ultimate. It's with his special move, just his regular blue card. That's going to be a lot easier to trigger then. Deals massive pierce damage. Gain attribute upgrade minus 100% to enemy sustained damage cut. Okay, for 3 timer counts, and then 100%. Chance to inflict heavy bleed on a hit, and then blast armor when charged. Okay, so it's a charge forward. Yeah, we saw that in the preview. Seems pretty good. Massive damage is definitely a big thing for wanting to get that LF. And then extra is Special Beam Charge, of a green card. Draw a special move arts card next, activates twice. And then 80% to the next special move damage inflicted activates twice. And then plus 20% to blast damage inflicted for 15 timer count. Yeah. This, if you pop 2 green cards and you pop this is going to hit for millions of damage. Yeah, this guy seems really good. This guy just seems super, super good. I mean, Regen really didn't need this guy, but he's cool, so I'll let it slide, I guess. Alright, this is the moment we've all been waiting for. First Form Frieza. Now, right off the bat, I just want to talk about his color. Because I've already seen a lot of people saying that, oh, he's purple, that's really bad. It's not. Let me just tell you, it's not bad. First of all, we do see that he is a support type unit, which I thought would be the best case scenario, and I'm glad that they went with that. Him being a support type unit doesn't really make his color super, super important, because if I'm thinking about what his kit should be, which is not as much offense but more so disruption and supporting, he's not going to be like switched in most of the time. He's mostly going to be switching around, like supporting your allies with ki, supporting your allies with buffs and debuffing the enemy, and that's really his role that I would expect him to be. We'll see as we go through the kit, because I haven't looked at it yet, but I mean, the coloring is not super important. I mean, people are like, oh, I want to run him with purple cooler, and now I can't because this guy's purple. That's just not the case. You can run this guy purple red. You can run him with cooler, and you can also run the transforming Golden Frieza, who, for all we know, could be on the banner, which we'll go over later. That would make a perfect team. I mean, Cooler supporting the team. This guy's going to probably be supporting the team based off of the fact that he's a support unit. And then even the red transforming Golden Frieza does have a support part of his passive where he buffs damage versus Saiyans. So that could be a very, very cohesive team to run right now. We'll see. Stats are not bad for a support unit. I mean, his defenses are not bad. Blast attack, I mean, he looks like he's going to be more so of a blast unit. That's fine. Strike attack's a little bit low, but that's not a huge deal. Moving down here, the main ability is Planet Destroyer. Draw the ultimate arts card, Such Beautiful Fireworks. Next, restores own key by 50, plus 30% to ultimate damage inflicted for 10 timer counts once 50 timer counts have elapsed from battle start. Okay. So you want to use this after 50 timer counts have elapsed within 10 timer counts. Interesting. Let's go take a look at what this does just right off the bat. His ultimate, oh boy, I don't even want to know what that is. Such beautiful fireworks, deals massive explode damage. It's massive is good. Applies the following effects to self upon activation. Plus 70% to ultimate damage inflicted by 3 timer counts. Okay, that's a lot. Actually, I want to compare that to LF Goku, the Super Saiyan 3. What does he do? He does 50%. So literally just a direct upgrade over that. Okay. Gain attribute upgrade minus 100% to enemy sustained damage cut effects for 3 timer counts. Plus 30% of damage inflicted against tag Saiyan for 3 timer counts, and then blast armor. That's perfect. I couldn't ask for anything more. That's 70% and then minus 100% of sustained damage cut. Does Goku get 100% on his? He might get it on main ability, actually. No, he only gets 50. So this Frieza looks like he's going to have a much easier time getting his LF than that Goku is. Okay. First unique is work hard, okay? Oh wait, no, this is the right... Yeah, that's a weird name, okay. Applies the following effects to allies or your buddy from the start until this character is defeated. So all of this stuff while this guy's alive. Plus 25% damage inflicted. Plus 50% to key recovery. That's it, right? Yeah, I mean... 50% of key recovery is pretty big, and then 20% damage inflicted just for existing. Okay. When this character is switched to standby, applies the following effects to self if a tag Frieza Force or tag eligible other than this character as a battle member. Restores health by 10% and ki by 30. Oh my god, they did exactly what I wanted them to. Huh. Okay. Because I literally was talking about in my video that I wanted him to support Ki on Switch Out because this team, the Lineage of Evil team, does not have that ability at all right now. That's a big deal. This is literally exactly what I asked for. And by the way, this happens every time he switches out, so he's getting 10% health every single time he switches out. And then this 35% damage reduction he's getting once. So he's going to be decently tanky, and then again, his stats for defenses are not bad. Like, just a static 35% damage reduction is pretty big. Okay. Fearsome Emperor is the other unique. Applies the following effects to all allies, all enemies when this character enters the battlefield. Oh my god, he's doing exactly what I wanted! Inflicts attribute downgrade plus 20% of damage received, okay. Inflicts attribute downgrade plus 5 to strike and blast arts cost. Knocks back enemy to long range with cover change performed against their strike art stack, exactly like Super Vegito. And they can combo in a special move. This is perfect. This is literally perfect. This is exactly... Go back, for those of you who haven't seen it, go back on my channel, and then go back to the video I released yesterday saying, like, I think the title was something like, what does the Lineage of Evil team need or something? And this is literally exactly what I said. It's like they watched my video and they were like, oh, that's a pretty good idea, and then they just made this character. Okay. Normal strike, normal blast. Special move is death beam, major pierce damage. Randomly draws 1 new card upon activation and restores Onki by 15 on hit. Drawing a card is really good. Green card is telekinesis. The following effects occur on hits. Mobilizes the enemy. Inflicts enemy with attribute downgrade plus 20% to damage received. Okay. And then it shortens ally substitution count. It's so good. Okay. And then this is, I think, the same thing Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta has, right? Blast. Blast cards which inflict enemy with attribute downgrade, yeah. He holds a blue card! Oh my god. I'm so scared to look at his Z ability. I am so scared to scroll down and see a 14-star buff. I'm so scared. Blast attack. Blast attack and defense. Oh, he's buffing both offenses. It's a Frieza Force and Lineage. Please just don't do it. Okay, thank you. I thought I was going to buff health. I was like, no. Okay, I would literally have to do it. Okay. He holds a blue card like this. This is over. This is the best Lineage of Evil unit in the game. It's just... This guy's ridiculous. going to be hard to say who is better, just straight up by themselves. Frieza. I think it's between Frieza, this Piccolo, and then Bardock. Bardock is crazy. I think Bardock is going to be probably the single best unit out of any of these by himself, because he can carry his team easily. His whole team is based around him. Piccolo is going to be good in tandem with other units, right? Because he needs time to build up his transformation. He needs time to build up his green cards. He needs like use his green cards 2 or 3 times. So he'll be good, but he needs help a little bit, which is not the worst thing ever. Like every unit in the game basically needs help except for a select few. This Frieza is essential if you want to be a competitive Lineage of Evil player. Literally doing exactly what I wanted him to do. He holds a blue card, which was not necessary, and he has this. Double buffing, or he's buffing both offenses. I mean, this guy is literally the perfect unit. I asked exactly for this. So, the only thing they could have done is made him blue. So, I mean, I don't think that matters too much, again, that he's purple, because him doing what he does, I don't think this... I don't think that's a make or break thing. I think that's fine. But that's what we got for all the new units. I'm super hyped for this. Okay, now we're going to go through all the other stuff, like banners, items, story events, whatever they got. So this is the first banner. It is a double step up. So this looks like a normal step up banner. This is the banner I'm going to be summoning way more on. Got Frieza, got Bardock. Let's see if they put Cooler on here. Super Vegeta is returning. There's Red Frieza. There's Cooler. Yes! And Full Power Frieza's coming back. And Bardock's on here. This is a good banner. This is a really, really good banner. And we got the 2 EXs on here as well. This guy is 1 star away from max. This guy is like 3 stars away from max. This guy is like not even close. Then we got Bardock and Super Vegito, and this guy who I can use a lot more copies of. Like, this is a crazy banner. This is a really, really good banner. Yeah. Oh yeah, and by the way, this Gohan is getting a Zenkai Awakening. I don't know if we can see what he's doing. These are probably his stats. I mean, that's crazy, but I don't think we can see here. Because the game is right now, it's in maintenance. Oops, sorry about that. The game right now is in maintenance, and I can't go in and view the actual like game, the files in the game. So we'll wait and we'll go over this guy later. I just can't see it right now. So yeah, this banner's crazy. He has this Frieza on. All the Ginyu Force is here. Shisami's back. This Chilled is here. Whew, I'm happy they put that Cooler back on there. Next we have this one, the I guess they call it the Beginning of Z step up. Similar format to every other step up we've gotten, it looks like. The new Piccolo, we got LF Goku coming back, Super Saiyan 3, okay. The new Goku, and then the new Raditz, and then this guy, Kid Buu. I think this step up is significantly worse than the other one, to be honest. I'm totally not biased. Like, this Vegeta is not great. This Gohan is underrated a lot, but I don't think he's on the same level as like Red Frieza or Purple Cooler. You know, this banner's not bad either. But I think if you had to pick one to summon on, I would definitely go for the other one. Yeah, and then there's tickets. This is the ticket banner. Oh, wait. These are just normal tickets. Okay. So there's 3 ticket banners here. There's this one, which I assume is the same, yep. And then there's this one, which is like a double thing. I don't really know. Well, they put Beerus on here. Okay. I don't really know. Oh, 5% off a ticket? It's not great. I mean, it is a legendary finish unit, so I guess that's fine. Wait, he's 5%? I don't really know that this is working, because he's 5%, and then this Piccolo is 1%? I don't know. We'll see when we get to the actual bannering game how they're going to do this, but looks like this is... Looks like you might be able to just choose what banner you summon on. I don't know. We'll see. Then we have some returning events here. Looks like... scroll down here. This Vegeta event's coming back. This Legends Road Gohan's coming back. He's really good. I recommend farming him. And then Legends Road Trunks is also coming back. It doesn't look like there's actually any new events here that are coming, like new events. But again, remember that Renji said that there wasn't everything uploaded that he possibly could get up. So it's possible that there are going to be new events. They're just not listed here right now. Next, we have some new equips. This one is for Lineage of Evil. You've really outdone yourselves, haven't you? Gold equipment, and then it is critical up to 11, or critical up to 12.5, blast up to 15, and then 1 to 5 to own strike defense for each tag Lineage of Evil battle member. Up to 5. That's going to be good for the new LF Frieza, but you guys know I already have like 500 Zs for Lineage of Evil, so I'm good. Then we have this one, which is for Sun Family. It is strike defense up to 15, strike attack up to 18, and then up to 5 to blast defense per hybrid Saiyan battle member. So, it's okay. And then I think that pretty much covers everything. It's a lot. I'm sorry that this video went on for so long. I'm trying to cut it up best I can. But regardless, we will be back for tons of summons on this banner. Definitely. Hope you guys enjoyed this one. I know it's longer. Just can't help it. And yeah, let me know down below if you guys are excited. I'll see you all in the next one.